How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode of FACCI'S Horror Movies and More. And today, I'm going to be talking about Friday the 13th Part 7, A New Blood. And if you couldn't tell, we got a new Jason, played by Mr. Kane Hodder. And this is the deep breathing Jason, always sounding like he can't catch his breath, like he has asthma the entire movie. A lot of people like it. It's okay, I guess. But this movie is from 1988, starring Lar Park Lincoln and, as I mentioned, Kane Hodder as Jason for the very first time. The only actor to play Jason more than once. He actually played him 4 times. It's pretty impressive. Just so happens the movies he was in was not the greatest. But this movie's considered Jason versus Carrie pretty much, because we really wanted Freddy versus Jason, but the rights were all tangled and they couldn't get it done. So they gave us Jason versus Carrie. Even though Carrie isn't really Carrie, her qualities and traits and what she does is similar to Carrie. So that's what they gave us. That's what they gave the fans, I guess. The intro to this movie I absolutely loved. It kind of went over moments from the first, not including the first Friday the 13th, but every other one since then. It included kind of clips from it and explaining the Jason, it's got a curse, a Jason Voorhees curse.
There's a legend round here. A killer buried, but not dead. A curse on Crystal Lake. A death curse. Jason Voorhees curse.
Just explaining that they keep trying to kill him and kill him and kill him, and he keeps coming back every time. So I really did enjoy that. I love the music that went along with it, the clips, everything from the intro was pretty awesome. Starts off Jason still hanging out at the bottom of the lake from where Tommy Jarvis, when he tied him down there. A little confusing for me. The setting where he's tied down looks entirely different from where he was tied down in Part 6. There's now 2 houses there and a dock, when before it was the camp. So unless somehow he floated to a different area, I was a little confused on that. And how long was he down there? Because they showed him down there when Tina was a little girl. And then in the movie, she was obviously, I'd say, early 20s, I would say. How long was Jason down there for? Like, is it supposed to be like 30 years later? They never really get into that. So that kind of aspect of it is kind of really confusing. Why he's, 1, even at that spot, and 2, why he was, how many years was he actually down there? Because they never say. But when looking past that, Tina's a little girl, she has telekinetic powers and whatnot. Mom and Dad get in a fight, kills her dad. Goes back there so many years later with her therapist and her mom to try to rehash, the memories and try to get her mentally fixed up and get this telekinetic powers and stuff under control. She tries to bring back her father, but conveniently, she brings back Jason instead. Chain snaps and he just comes bursting out of the water like a damn great white shark. I mean, when he's walking out and you see his spine, that's pretty badass actually. His clothes are all You know, obviously for being underwater for that long. His clothes are kind of deteriorated. His flesh is pretty much gone. It's just bones and whatever remaining tissue he does have left. But a lot of people really, really love this look of Jason. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. It gets worse from here. But I don't hate it. I don't have it up there with, you know, part 3 or part 4 Jason, or even part 2 Jason. But it's okay. You still know it's Jason. The doctor in this movie, Dr. Cruz, who's trying to get her powers under control, he's a total asshole, to be honest with you. He doesn't give two shits about Tina. He's just trying to exploit her powers and use it for his own personal gain. Later on, he gets what's coming to him, and of all the people, he deserves it because he's a total asshole. You know, I wish Jason would have gave it to him a lot better than he did. But this movie was heavily edited by the MPAA, which is why half these kills are super lame or really quick, because they were more graphic, but they weren't allowed to show it. We want to see the blood and guts. Come on now. There's another group of kids at the next house over, conveniently, like there always is, seems to be, having a birthday party for one of their friends, cousins, or whatever he is. They never show up because Jason already killed their asses. And now all those kids are getting ready to be killed by the J-Man. Out of all those, Nick is about the only character that is likable in the whole group of people over there. They got every cliche. They got the bitch, they got the black guy, they got the stoner, they got the nerd. All over there, of course, because that's what these movies do. No surprise. So we're not going to hate on it for that. But Tina has, she sees the visions. She sees kind of the stuff before it's going to happen. She saw that her mom was going to die before it happened. She saw that Michael, the cousin, was killed, and she told Nick, but he obviously didn't believe her. And then it comes out later to find out that it was true. She did see all this shit happen for real. A death in the movie, I like the Maddie scene. After she got all dolled up for David, she goes out walking around. Looks like a shed, I guess, or like a barn. You just see the lightning flashing, and Jason is in there gathering his weapon that he's going to use to kill her, but she doesn't know that he's right there. That's really, I love the lighting in that scene. I love the way Jason is, what he's doing, his appearance, his actions, and then he just bursts through that wall and kills her. They don't show it, of course, because it's edited, but I really do like that scene. There was a lot of tension. It was a pretty intense scene. Most of these scenes in this movie aren't scary at all, but that was one of them that sits in a little bit of a scare factor. Another kill that I thought was super duper lame was the party horn kill, when that girl looks out the window and he shoves a party horn in her eye. I mean, I guess they did that for some corny fun, but I didn't like that kill at all. I thought that was, could have done it any other way. Any other object could have stabbed her in the face or whatever, and used a party horn, dude. That's some Halloween 5 shit right there. Another cool scene I liked was David in the kitchen when he's walking down to get something to eat. And I never really noticed. I didn't notice Jason standing in the corner of the room ever before until I rewatched it yesterday. And the lightning flashes and you just see him standing there menacing and shit in the background. That's a pretty scary scene. You'd be scared to death. You turn around and you see that motherfucker right there. But I really did enjoy that scene as well. But finally, Dr. Cruz gets his shit taken care of. After he holds Tina's mom as a shield, Jason kills her, and then he finally gets to Dr. Cruz. But I wanted so much more. Just a weed whacker to the stomach, one cut, and that's it. I wanted some dismemberment. I wanted like his head chopped off. Anything. Brutal kill. Because he was an asshole and he needed to go. But that's what we get with an edited version of the film. The final act of this movie though, that's where the action is. That's badass. So that's Jason versus Carrie. And honestly, Jason stands no damn chance because he can't even get close to her. Not one bit. She uses tree branches and limbs to trip him and then electrocute him in a mud puddle to start her beating the shit out of him. I just don't know how. If she wanted to, she could have, with her telekinetic powers, she could have literally just probably crushed him right there, and that would have been the end. Could have literally ripped his head off, and it's over. But they got to drag it out for a little bit, so she got to keep doing stuff to piss him off even more. And you can tell Jason's getting pissed off just by his facial expressions once his mask gets broken off his face. Tina uses her powers to tighten Jason's mask as hard as it can. You see it dig it into the side of his head, and like freaking, I don't even know what that is, pus and goos coming out until it freaking breaks in half, and you see Jason's rotten face. And obviously he doesn't talk, so you can just see by his facial expressions that he's one pissed off dude. But, rewind, one kill that made me super happy was whenever Jason came through the door and planted that axe in Melissa's face. She's the bitch that was been tormenting Tina this whole movie, and she finally got hers right in the face, and Jason just throws her like a damn doll over the freaking table, hitting the wall. Oh, that's when you stand up and you gotta cheer like this. Yeah, Jason! As your popcorn's going flying, yeah! Because you hated her and you wanted her to die. And it happened. And you're like, yeah. So Tina continues to fight Jason in the house. We got the swinging light bulb. We got the choke with the electric wire. Dropping him to the floor. Shooting him with the nails. I mean, come on. Setting him on fire. Blowing up a house. And you're like, oh, it's over. Thank goodness. Nope. Jason survived a house blowing up. Because here he is back on the dock. And then, if we could have killed him a different way, it would have been pretty cool. But we had to kill him by bringing her dad back to life. Who's been underwater for about 20 years. No rotten flesh. No nothing. Looks like he just went down for a swim coming back up. Grabs Jason, knocks him to his knees, ties the chain around him, and takes him back down to the bottom of the lake. And then he's at the bottom of the lake again, defeated by a reincarnated dad, who his clothes kind of looked like he was coming back from the freaking 1800s or something. I don't know what that was about, but that's one damn ass corny way to end a movie, and I did not like it at all. I did not. A different ending might have changed my opinion on this movie a little bit, but that kind of hurt it a lot. But one more thing I forgot to mention is the soundtrack. This one kind of goes back to the first four. They're bringing back those tones with the music from the first four that 5 and 6 kind of ignored. And I did love that fact about it because I love the original music. It set the tone for the movie. That's what Jason movies were about. And then they got rid of it. And at least they brought some of it back for this one. And I do appreciate that because it makes the movie. So out of scale 1 to 5 on this one, I'd probably have to give it a 2.5, I'd say. I'd say, take it or leave it. It's okay. Some of it's not okay. It's just right there in the middle for me. And I think that's how a lot of most Friday fans feel about this movie, because, let's be honest, after 6, it takes a kind of a sharp decline to the ground. But those are my thoughts on Friday the 13th Part 7, A New Blood. Hopefully you like this video. Hopefully you will hit the subscribe button down there. Ring the bell, because I do appreciate it. I appreciate every watch I get. Believe me, I check constantly to see how many of you guys are checking these out. I still notice some of the views are coming from non-subscribers. So if you're watching it, you might as well just hit that subscribe button. And then you'll hit the bell and you'll get everything that I do. So, one more thing to say to you guys. Let me try to do it with my mind. It didn't work. I must not have no telekinetic powers. That was a scary day.